Let go and let God. Recently, the Archbishop of the Roman Catholic Church, the head Archbishop, once again, this has happened before, but he said the Pope is covering up sex abuse. That's why Benedict stepped down. And just like Congress, Catholic Church spent damn near $3 million lobbying to block child sex abuse laws to protect itself from prosecution. Alright, see what this is? Now, a rabbi, he also exposed sex abuse in a lot of synagogues by the high levels of Jewish clergy, which has also been exposed before. It's been exposed before. On top of this, it's been proven that police are often complicit in covering up religious sex abuse in churches, synagogues, and mosques all over the United States and especially the United Kingdom and Canada. So understand the game. This is all three religions. You can't just blame it on them. Bracket, bracket, bracket. It's across the board. But you're not going to hear about that. You're going to hear about Bill Cosby, and then they're going to start talking about Somalians and the Sudanese in Australia. It's funny because these same people, the ones in Israel that agreed to take the Sudanese in after they balkanized the country, they accuse the Sudanese all the time of being these rapist killers, but when you look at the statistics that they have on record, the Sudanese commit almost no crime. They literally just work and mind their own business. The reason why they're upset is because they're having kids. Now they're forming stable communities and having kids. And they fear that they'll lose the land that they stole to these people. That's the fear. And there are rabbis that are admitting that shit. The rabbinate knows see, let me say something about that place. The dictatorial rabbinate that runs that place knows that if other groups come in and get their numbers up, they'll get these guys right out of the mix. They'll take them right out of the frame. That's why they sterilize the black Habesha. That's why they go after them. And when you talk to these people, like I've said a million times, they'll tell you what they are as opposed to what the other groups of the same religion are. And buddy, they don't look at them the same. Okay, understand that right now. Realize and recognize that immediately. They run with their own frame, and they were forced to bring those guys there by the people who really run the show. Why do you think they used to run with the South Africans and the Namibians? Eventually, America's going to go into Namibia. Actually, no, they're not, because Namibia's opened up for open trade. The only reason that, and this is a side note, choking on my own spit. The only reason that apartheid even ended was because a lot of their industries were privatized. Excuse me, were public. A lot of their industries were public. They were nationalized. So they forced them to quote unquote give power to the blacks, to open up all those public industries to private corporations. In exchange, they got to keep the lion's share of the resources in the country, and the blacks got to pat themselves on the back with a hollow victory, pulling old boy out of jail after he'd been broken into a shell of himself. I mean, that's essentially what happened. If you go there, the whites are still in shanty towns, and the whites are still running the show. Sure, you got some Boer out there living like animals, and that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Same goes in Namibia. Namibia is a 100% locked in solid apartheid state. And they'll sit there and justify, well, we have to do this. They don't know how to run things, so we have to take care of the place and we give them things and la 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 la. It's the same shit, dude. Don't delude yourselves. But back to the subject at hand. These people engage in child molestation and rape all the time, as well as sex trafficking. And nobody does anything. I mean, look at Eddie Long. He was out there raping those kids. You had a bunch of Catholic priests that got caught. Nobody's saying anything. They're not talking about this. They're talking about getting culturally enriched. You're getting culturally enriched and rape this and rape that. Those dudes don't have to rape those chicks. Let me tell you something. Anybody that's been to England or France, those dudes don't have to rape no guy. Or Germany's the worst. And Germany's always been like that, by the way. Even during the Nazi Germany period, it was like that. The only reason they banned jazz was because of the French. But blacks were going over there plowing those chicks and nobody was doing shit. So, and that was happening during the time. There's entire black neighborhoods in Frankfurt, Cologne, Munich, of Namibians, Togolese. They're there. They're some are pure blacks, some are half breeds. Don't listen to these clowns. There's no cultural enrichment. That's nonsense. The real issue out here is the fact that all these elites are out here banging kids, and they're getting away with it because they're elite. From Epstein on down to Weinstein. I mean, hell, what was that guy, Kevin Spacey? Kevin Spacey was stretching kids' buttholes. Nothing's gonna happen to him. Nothing's gonna happen to him. He's not going to jail. It's a joke. But you guys are pretending to be offended by all this other shit. These are distractions to keep you from focusing on this stuff. Because the average person isn't gonna look this stuff up, because they keep it out of the mainstream media. But at the end of the day, the biggest offenders when it comes to sex crimes against women, when it comes to sex trafficking, it's the religious people and the white supremacist oligarchs. That's it. That's the truth. It's the goddamn truth. Bitch.